One of the most powerful men in St. Louis politics stepping down from office, and there's concern there could now be a mad scramble for power in City Hall. You're watching News 4 at 10. I'm Samantha Jones.
And I'm Corey Stark. The fallout from federal indictments means a new person, not Lewis Reed, will lead the St. Louis Board of Aldermen. And in a statement issued this afternoon, Reed said, quote, he is heartbroken and saddened to have to make this difficult decision to step down. Now, this coming less than a week after he and two others were indicted on bribery charges. Jeffrey Boyd, also an alderman, stepped down from his position last Friday. John Collins Mohammed, the third person charged, resigned in May. And Jenna Ray dives into the resignation having ripple effects across St. Louis tonight. Jenna?
That's exactly right, Corey. This is the letter Lewis Reed's team sent out this afternoon. In it, he says serving on the Board of Aldermen and its president has been, quote, the honor of a lifetime. Tonight, after stepping down, there's been a slew of reactions from elected officials across the city.
I guess he felt this was best for him, his family, and the city.
It is very chilling to learn that the colleagues that you have sat with in meetings, you have collaborated with, that you have worked with to try and move the city forward have been federally indicted.
It's been days of madness within St. Louis City's legislative branch.
There's 66 pages of reasons why you should not trust your legislative branch of government at the moment.
And in those court documents outlines the bribery and wire fraud charges aimed against former Aldermanic President Lewis Reed, former Alderman Jeffrey Boyd, and former Alderman John Collins Mohammed.
The city needs them to be out of office for us to move forward, and they've realized that, and they've come to their senses and done what's best for the city.
Alderman Joe Volmer, who's now leading the board, isn't the only one to approve of Reed's resignation. Reactions are coming from every corner of City Hall. Mayor Tashara Jones saying in part, quote, it's no secret Lewis Reed and I have been at odds for years, but I remain disappointed it came to this. Lewis Reed did the right thing for our city. Comptroller Darlene Green saying in part, quote, the city can now move forward. We reached out to these 11 aldermen Tuesday for additional comments on Reed's resignation. They either didn't want to do an interview or didn't respond for comment.
Every elected official suffers when this occurs and is trying to let people know that there are people who do things the proper way and try to get things done to help the city move forward.
Now, the running begins for the next Aldermanic president with an election in November.
I believe the next challenge will be perhaps a grab for power at the Board of Aldermen.
And I think that's dangerous in the sense that if you don't have, that yin and yang or the controversy, things will flow. And when they flow, they don't always flow in the right direction.
After today's resignation, Mayor Jones called a press conference for tomorrow morning. And for now, we did talk with Joe Volmer again today. He says just because he is acting as board president does not mean he is running for president in the upcoming election in November.
So let's talk about November. Explain a little bit more about that process, what's going to happen then and even beyond after November.
So this is actually going to be a special election. In November, the board holds this special election for president to replace Reed, and then that person will finish out the term, which ends in March of 2023. And then in March, there will be another election for Aldermanic president.
All right, Jenna.